Moving to Italy and working from Italy or working for the foreign company, is it real? And if yes, where's the catch? This is a very good question that we got more than, believe me or not, 50 times in just one single week. Yeah, just the last week. So we decided to narrow the topic a little bit and find some good answers to share with you. The general rule says that your relationship between you and your employer must stand under the regulations of the country of the branch of the company, or to be more precise, where the place of performance is, where the value is more created. So if you work for, let's assume, a Spanish company under the Spanish payroll, but the place of performance is in Italy, or it will be, depending on how far you are in this scenario, the value you create essentially takes place in Italy. So now the employer or the company you're working with has some alternatives. They can open a branch, setting up a branch in Italy and hiring you. They can open an office in Italy and hiring you, or they can keep working with you under the Spanish umbrella of the company. Either way, as you can tell, none of them requires any action from the employee. The decision or the strategy to take really depends on the whole fiscal picture of the employer, depending on the activity, market, decision-making model, and so on. So if they decide to not open any fiscal entity in Italy, it seems like you're still on the right side of the table. However, this decision can turn into a very complicated matter for them. There are local international rules to check and comply, a lot of tasks to run to make sure the employer is fine with the local regulations here in Italy, and most of all, there are a lot of unknowns until they decide, the employer, to receive some confirmation officially from both the Italian pension contributions entity, the INPS, and the review agency. So they should submit a ruling. From a worldwide point of view, avoiding setting up an Italian entity, of course, will save them a lot of taxes and costs in general, so we cannot blame them. Unfortunately, the majority of the companies without any Italian branch love to let people move to Italy as remote workers, but they don't want to invest time and money to clarify the case for the employee. So they leave the employee make decisions on their behalf. Well, let me try to rephrase myself. They show the employee all the alternatives, working as an employee with a foreign payroll, leaving you all the doubts about the pros and cons. Or, for instance, they love to drop the idea of you turning into some kind of independent contractor, invoicing from Italy. So even if it's still possible for you, the employee, to work remotely from Italy, maintaining the Spanish or the foreign payroll, the main question is not for the tax consultant here in Italy, it's for the company. It's just a simple one. Are you sure you don't have to set up any Italian entity? And then, based on their yes or no, deep dive a little bit. Their lack of due diligence potentially could turn into a quick end of your working relationship if something that happens tax-wise.